Hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial from ScarMotion.com. Today I just wanted to show you how we apply the catwalk animation to the Victoria 4 rig. This is the catwalk animation that you can find from ScarMotion.com. With the animation we have a part A animation, which is Victoria walking in, and then she comes to a stop here, and then we have a part B where she walks off. Now this is only for Poser. If you're using Dash Studio, then each of these turns and walks, these are independent files and you can just stitch those all together. But in Poser, there's really only two pieces of animation that you can load up, and that's the part A and the part B. So if we have a look in the library here, you can see that with the catwalk we have all of these different files. We've got 8 files. She either walks in from the left side or she walks in from the right side, but each one of these pieces of animation, it has a part A or a number 1, and then it has a number 2. So if you want left turn 1 and left turn 2, those two go together. If you want left long, that basically means that she walks a little bit further at the beginning and also down the catwalk, then you would use long 1 and long 2. And the same with the right side. We've got right 1, right 2, and right long 1 and right long 2. So I've already got Victoria loaded in here, and she has all of her morphs and her shoes loaded as well. I'm just going to select her hips, and then I'm just going to load in right 1, the first part of the animation. So I'm going to make sure that I'm at the very first frame, frame 1 down here, and then I'll just double click on right 1. There we go. And that loaded it in. Let's have a look at that. I'll just play the animation. There she goes. She's turning right. Her right, our camera left. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to zoom out here so that we can see where she comes to a rest. Right there. So that's the end. That's the first part. Then what we do is we're going to select the B part of that animation, make sure that I've got her selected, and with the Victoria 4 in the animation palette, I'm just going to select the very last frame, make sure that I'm on that, and you'll see that by selecting the very last frame in this animation palette, it takes us, it highlights that cell white, has a little white border around it. And then I'm just going to load in the B part, or the number 2, and in this case it's right 2, and just double click on that. And sometimes this might take a little bit of time for it to load up. It really depends on how fast your machine is. So sometimes you just have to wait a little while, be a bit patient, and it will load up. There we go, and it's loaded. So we can see here that this is the B part, and if I just scrub through down here, we'll see that that's her walking off. Okay, so if we just rotate her around like this, rotate the camera around, and then there we go, we'll just play the animation, and that's her walking. Okay, fantastic. Now, we had a great question from Patrick, who asked, after I've applied this animation, how do I reposition her in space? And the best way of doing that is in the hierarchy, we need to select her body node, and then after you've selected her body node, we can start adjusting where she is positioned in space here. So let's just have a look. At the moment it looks like she is, you know, she's off camera left, but if we wanted to, we could reposition her anywhere we like. Let's say that we have the body node selected, and then if we just translate her over, say 16 units, then what that's done is it continues the animation. Oh, we've got some sliding there. Now, why do we have sliding? Well, that's very simple. We actually have another key that's later on in the animation, so we need to delete that. That's why it's always important to have the graph editor open so that you can see exactly what's happening. So now if we play it, we have her repositioned somewhere else in space. And another thing that I'm noticing some people are doing is that they're trying to adjust other parameters on this character. It might be, say, the head is turning. Well, if we have a look at the head turning, let's say that I look at the twist. The twist has animation on every single frame. So what happens is some people have tried having the head turn at a certain frame, but what actually will happen is it will just pop on that one frame. So for example, if she's walking here and someone tries to have her look over this way and they pose her head like this, for example, and then when they go to render it, unfortunately what happens is it just pops for that one frame and then it goes back to the regular animation. So in some circumstances there's nothing that we can really do about that. What I will do is I'll just I'll delete that key there. That's, oh no, she's still got a little bit of animation there. Okay, so I undid that just so that it goes back to the normal animation. But let's have a look at her neck. Let's see if there's anything there that we can use. If you have a look at the morphs underneath on the neck, you'll see that we have a head twist. Now you can animate these if you like, and that's actually a good way of animating her looking left and right, because that has no animation on it. So over time she can look left, and here we'll just make sure that she goes back to her normal animation there. I can animate that one parameter there, and that's just her twisting her neck. So some of these you can animate and not have to worry about those little pops. I'm just going to get rid of that. Now another thing that you can do is, let's say that you want to change the chest size. You could select the chest, and then under the morphs, if you wanted to, you could select, say, the breast size, and making sure that you've got that selected, delete all the animation except for the very first frame, and then go back to the very first frame, and then you can adjust the size of the breast so that they're as big as you like. And then, as long as there's no animation after the first frame, then you should be okay. They should stay exactly that size. We'll just put those back up to 1, and that's how you would animate or edit the position, as well as some of the other parameters, the head turn or the chest size, for example. So I hope you found that interesting and helpful, and please, if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to contact us or just write your comments at the bottom of this video. And if you want to find this animation file, go to scarmotion.com. And until next time, happy animating. Thanks, guys.